Hey guys, what's up? Cardfight here, and today I'm here with a Granblue deck profile. I will be doing a Chrono Fang deck profile soon, so stop asking for it. If anybody else asks for it, I'm probably not going to post it up just because I'm just sick and tired of the people who don't actually watch the video and just comment down below for deck profile requests. So yeah, it will be up after I've done more playtesting with it. The current build I'm running is not doing as well as I want it to, so that's why it's taking so long. I don't want to rush these things. I've rushed deck profiles before, and the results were not so good. So yeah, let's get right into the Granblue deck profile first. So there's actually a few cards in here that I want to run, but I can't because I don't have access to it. Whether it be a promo or it just, yeah, not being in the... They're not being enough in the Hong Kong market. So... But the current build I'm running, it's fine. You don't really need those cards. Those cards just makes things a little bit easier, but the deck still runs perfectly fine. So for the starting Vanguard, we're running Peter the Ghosty, and since we're going to run Goauche, or whatever he's called in English, Goauche, I don't know his English name, but yeah, new stride. We're going to run this guy so you can kind of reuse him from time to time, and it also helps you stack up your drop zone, and he's not generation break restricted, so you can put him into soul earlier so that you can stack up your drop zone to prepare yourself. So he's a pretty decent starting Vanguard. Next starting Vanguard, or next grade 0 running is Goauche. So this was the old starting Vanguard we're running for this deck, but since he's actually really easily searchable to put in the drop zone, so we don't really need to run him as the starting Vanguard. Since he doesn't go into solo, he might make your stride plays that are on not as good. So we're running Peter as the starting Vanguard first. Next, for the grade 3s, running 4 Nightrose. This is a Nightrose build, so we're going to run 4 Nightrose. Best pirate waifu. Next, we're running 2 Gust Dragon. He's actually you can actually run this deck without him, but I find him useful sometimes when you don't have Negro Rooks in your drop zone for some reason. And if you're using a stride fodder, it's fine. And he can also help you fix your field sometimes if you need it to. So he's there for that. You don't need him. You can run extra Night Storms if you want. I'm running 2 Night Storm, so I don't think I ran this in my previous builds. But his skill is Countless 1 when this card attack hits if this card is hollowed. Or what is sorry. Countless 1 when this card attacks, it doesn't have to hit at the end of the battle. If this card's hollow, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose a card in your drop zone that's not Night Storm and call it to a Vanguard circle without any units in it. And then the second skill is kind of lost 1, so lost 1 when this card is placed on a Vanguard circle. You can look at the top 5 cards of your deck and look for a hollow card, so a card with a hollow effect, and then you can add to your hand. So it's a generic keyword searcher. His first skill it comes in handy sometimes. So yeah, not bad. Next, we're running 3 Negro Lazy. So it's the Glimmer Breath clone, sort of. Also helps you create columns and stuff, so he's nice for that. Ran him in my previous build, so I don't really explain him. Next, running 3 Negro Rook. He's your main attacker. Attacks for 16 by himself, so very powerful card. 16. 16 is a magic number, so very nice. Next, I'm running 1 Tech Rambling Shade. If I could run King Serpent, I think his name is King Serpent, I would run King Serpent instead, but since I don't have access to King Serpent, Rambling Shade is a good alternative. His first skill is choose put the top two cards of your drop zone. Put the top cards of your deck into the drop zone, and then when this card attacks, you can pay the cost. If you do, it gets plus 2,000 power. So it's kind of like a Rune Shade, except it only works in rear guard circle. And then the second skill is Generous 1. When this card intercepts, if your drop zone has 4 or more cards with hollow in their abilities, with the hollow ability, then this card gets an extra 5,000 shield. So it's a 10k card. If you have 4 hollow, it's not bad. You don't really run too many of this card because a lot of times you won't be calling him because you want to attack with other cards instead. But if you have a slow turn or something or you can't get these into the drop zone somehow, then Rambling Shade can help you. Since he does not need to be in hollow for any of his ability to work, you can just use him to attack. And the reason he has hollow is just so I'm guessing you can trigger his Generic 1 skill, which is the superior intercept skill. So yeah, I'm running 1 Rambling Shade. Next, running 2 Skeleton Cannoneer. Don't need to explain him. He's helps you draw and retire. It's a pretty good card. If you don't want to run Rambling Shade, you can run 3 Cannoneers instead, but I think 2 Cannoneer is fine. Next, we are running 2 Columbard. Columbard, I know a lot of people don't like to run this card, or at least they like to own like Tekken 1 or something, but I think 2 is a good number. Mainly so you can get some other attacks off. You can chain attack with him, and you can also get some other useful cards you want on your field from your drop zone, like Rambling Shade or Cannoneer for some reason. You know, there are situations where you do need it in the middle of battle, and that's fine. So yeah, I'm running 2 Columbard. As you can see, there's like a lot of grade 2s in this lineup, which is fine because this deck is very good at toolboxing from your drop zone, so you can pretty much use these in any situation you want, and it's also very good at putting these cards into your drop zone. So next, running 2 of this guy. I forgot his name. Let me go check real quick. I believe his name is Head Start Zombie. Yeah, Head Start Zombie. So he has the hollow skill. Actually, I ran this card in my previous build before. But basically, if you call him and he's hollow, you can search for a card in your deck and put it in your drop zone. And yeah, so you just use him to help you start your toolbox. Running 2 because he's only really useful early game. Later on, you don't really need him because you pretty much have all you need in your drop zone. So yeah, running 2 of him. Also, you're mainly going to use him to shove your what's his face, Greenwich. You're going to mainly shove your Greenwich into your drop zone with him if you can't put him in with the Stride, or if you're not using the Stride for some reason on that turn. Then you can use a Head Start Zombie. He's not bad, not bad. So next we are running 3 Negrobone. Negrobone is a Nightrose support. Ran this card in my previous build. Also helps you chain attack, so it's pretty good for that. As you can see, this deck is mainly focused on chain attacking, and this deck is pretty good at it because of Negro Rook. He can hit 16 by himself, so at least 10k if they didn't get any triggers. So pretty good. Grade 1s, continuing with grade 1s, we're running 4 of the Tri-Fodders. Pro Guards running 4 Jins, the Pro Guard G, the counter charge. This deck does counter charge a lot, and you do get your all-out counter blast back by using Greenwich, but sometimes if you need that 5th counter blast, I guess he can help you do that. And it's not unusual for you to blow all your Cannon Blast in one turn, but you can get a lot of it back with the starting or the Grade 0. So for the triggers, we're running 8 crit. These are mainly to help you build up your soul, so you can use Goauche. Running 4 of the stand triggers. He's a very good stand trigger. Gives one of your units plus 10,000 power. So that definitely helps you pump up some numbers. And running 4 heals, because heals are heals. So let's go to the G zone. Alright, so for the G zone, we're running 1 Obadai. I think his name is Obadai. So he is the rare from GBD06. And his skill is when this card's placed on Vanguard Circle, you can look at your deck for 3 cards and put them in your drop zone. Show your deck. If you have if 2 of the cards that you put in the drop zone have the hollow ability, you can choose a ghosty in your drop zone, normal unit ghosty in your drop zone, and call it in the same column as this card. So you can actually combo it with Peter if you manage to get him into the drop zone before your first ride. So that's usually doesn't happen unless you ride into him, but it does happen. So yeah. So running 1 Obadai. Running 3 Marid. She's not super good anymore, but she does come in handy sometimes if you don't have your soul ready to use this as your first ride, or if you don't need to put things in your drop zone with Obadai, then you can just use Marid. And she's waifu material, so there you go. Next, we're running for Goauche, or Goauche. How do you pronounce this English name? Goauche? I think it's something like that. But skill is Soul Blast, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, G-Flip 1 of himself. When this card's placed on Vanguard Circle, you can pay the cost. If you do, you can Soul Blast. You can choose up to 5 cards in your soul and put them in the drop zone. And then for every card you put in the drop zone for this card's effect, then you can call up to the same amount of cards in separate rearguard circles. And then those called units get plus 1,000 power for every face-up card in your G zone. So he's very strong late game. And he's not a bad stride first stride. If you manage to get a lot of these into your soul, then you might use it for that. But that sometimes might not be the best idea, but who knows? You can. So yeah, if you if you try a lot, and then you combo it with this thing, then you're definitely gonna have some very large columns. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Some people might think, oh, it's hard to get so much soul, but it's actually not, because you have a lot of cards to help you build soul, like your crit triggers and Peter. If you're running a King Serpent, then you can use that too. Yeah. And then next, we're running 4 Nightrose, as she's also used as a finisher. Very good with chain attacking. So if you want to chain attack, then you're going to try and do this to finish. If you want bigger numbers, then you might want to use this thing to finish. Yeah, you have lots of alternatives. This card's also actually they're both very good at grinding cards out of your opponent's hand. So that. Moving on, we're running 1 Screw for G Guardian. Running 2 other ones from Project Collection. This one also helps you mill mill cards early on, so not bad. And then bring one of this. So what he does, Negro Lily, I think her name is. Counter loss 1, choose my regards and retire it. When this card's placed in Guardian Circle, you can pay for the cost. If you do, choose a card in your drop zone with the Ghosty. Choose a normal unit with Ghosty in its name, and call it into a regard circle with no unit in it. And then during this battle, this card gets plus 10,000 shield. So a lot of times you're gonna use this to call back out Peter. Peter is pretty good. You have to be careful though, because he does mill 2. So, actually, I don't think I can even explain the skill. The counter loss 1, mill the top 2 cards of your deck into the drop zone, and then put this card into soul, and then if you're Granblue Vanguard, then you draw a card. So this can be abused to draw, especially if you combo it with Goauche. So if you use Goauche, Soul Blast him, just call him back out, just put him back in there and draw. So it's not bad. Not bad. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Sorry this deck profile took so long. I was playtesting with it a couple of times, and some builds I was running just wasn't working out as well for me. At first I was running only 2 of these because I felt like only 2 was necessary, but then I realized sometimes you just want to use more of this because you can get a lot of quote-unquote free cards out. So yeah, definitely recommend trying this deck out. A lot of Nightrose decks have been topping recently. I'll do a meta video soon, but yeah. Again, Chronofang will be coming out sometime this month. Probably. I haven't had much time to playtest. This weekend I was playtesting with this and Chronofang. So yeah, but the Chronofang build at least we were testing out, wasn't working out as well as planned. There's a few cards that we know will make the deck better, but then it'll appear too close to the Chronofang deck. So yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Card Haku, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!